Yesterday, the D-backs punched their playoff ticket with a walk-off win over the Marlins, the first postseason appearance for Arizona since 2011. Tonight, the Giants' road trip continues to the Valley of the Sun for a 3-game series against one of their division rivals. It's game 1 of the series, Giants D-backs, and it's next. The road trip continues. We're in the desert as we come to you from Chase Field. This is game 1 of a 3-game series, Giants D-backs. Welcome to NBC Sports Bay Area, powered by Xfinity. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, we like to call this a hangover game. The D-backs celebrated last night. They don't have many guys, starting guys in their lineup today that you would usually see. But I think, Mike, what you have to do if you're the Giants, you got 6 games remaining. Make it the best 6 games of the year.
Well, it's like, what do you call the worst guy in this league? You call him a big leaguer. And in order to get here, you got to be pretty good. So, from Johnny Cueto's perspective, he's going to go out there and know that he has to make pitches. The team has to catch the ball, and they have to get runs. I do like the fact that Cueto, lifetime against this Arizona franchise, 10-3, 7-1 here at Chase Field. So, see how he does.
Game on. Let's go. Let's have some fun tonight. All right, stay tuned. We'll take you to our NBC Sports Bay Area studios for an update, and we'll do that right after this.
NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. By State Farm, here to help life go right. Talk to an agent today or call 1-800-STATE-FARM. By Jack in the Box. Come try the new $4.99 Smoky Jack Burger Combo with small fries and a small drink. Limited time only. And by the 2017 Jeep Cherokee with an EPA estimated 30 highway miles per gallon.
All right, back here in Phoenix as we get ready for Giants baseball. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. 87 degrees, winds are calm, and the roof is open. So Hunter Pence getting ready to step up. We'll do our lineups here in just a minute. And now the umpires are waiting because it's a little early for first pitch. As he's staring at the clock, that would be Doug Eddings. Doug waiting patiently. Godley waiting patiently. We are waiting patiently.
Well,
and
they're dead set on starting on time. Okay, let's go. Doug Eddings, plate umpire, says let's get after it.
So I'm pretty sure the first pitch is going to be at 6:40. And just like that, Hunter Pence goes down.
Well, and he's probably thinking, really?
I waited for that. And the 1-0. And it's a shot up the middle for a base hit. So Hunter Pence singles into center field. Rest of the Giants lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll go like this. It'll be, you just saw Pence, then Panic and Span. Buster Posey, the cleanup hitter, then Crawford and Sandoval. See what he's done the last 5 games. He also likes to hit here. Parker Hundley and Johnny Cueto.
On the hill tonight for the Diamondbacks will be the right-hander Zach Godley. He's a 27-year-old right-hander, 6'3", 240 pounds in his second year at the big league level. And he's 8-8 with a 3.20 ERA this year.
Panic looks at a strike.
You take your at-bats against Zach Godley, you're going to see a fastball that's low 90s. And he's going to throw a lot of cutters off of the fastball. He's also got a really good curveball. It's his best specialty pitch. All that throwing from a high 3/4 release.
Panic takes outside. He's 1 for 3 lifetime against Godley. 289 for Joe Panic. He's got an outside shot at hitting 300. Got 10 home runs. He's got 50 driven in. And a strike to make it 1-2.
Think about Godley. I mean, he'll throw that breaking ball a lot. And he'll throw it 3 or 4 times in a row.
Span and then Posey. Down low, squirts away. And Hunter Pence down to second.
Let's take a look at the Diamondbacks defensively, starting in the outfield from left to right. It's going to be Blanco, Fuentes, and Hazelbaker. Ray Fuentes has a cannon out in center field, best arm. Negron and Rosales on the left side of the infield. Drury and Walker on the right side. John Ryan Murphy, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So it's 2-2 to Panic. And a full count. As you could imagine, as you see Panic on deck, Span on deck, the Diamondbacks celebrated heavily after their win yesterday. Thus, the extra men lineup today. On the ground slowly to Walker. And on the play, Pence moves to third. I don't want to imply that all the regulars have a heavy hangover today,
No.
this would be a day where these, if you're ever going to rest one of your guys, this would be the day.
Well, and the Diamondbacks push it hard, as teams do, until they qualify for the playoffs. And then Torey Lovullo said he's going to give them all basically a day off, and then tomorrow they're going to be right back on the grind. But today, most of the regulars in the dugout cheerleading.
So here's Span. The infield will play back with the exception of Rosales at third. And there's a strike on the outside corner.
Good strike zone tonight for pitchers. Doug Eddings, the plate umpire, is a low ball umpire with a big zone. And he's a good breaking ball umpire.
See the other umpires: Nelson, Blazier, Marley from first to third. Swing and a miss, 0-2. So Span takes a little walk out of the box. And now he's going to try to put the ball in play as Rosales moves further back at third. And that's a strikeout. So that's an uninspiring at bat, and that'll bring up Buster Posey.
Well, uncharacteristic too of Denard Span. But Zach Godley could do that to you. He's got 159 strikeouts and 149 and 2/3 innings this year. So he is a guy that's averaging a strikeout at an inning, or actually more than a strikeout an inning. That's good stuff.
Here's Buster Posey at 313. And he takes a strike, and it's 0-1.
And the breaking ball. Godley, very compact take back. I mean, he doesn't swing his hand down below his belt. Basically slingshots his throwing arm into throwing position as he takes it from his glove straight back.
Oh, 0-2.
Breaking ball, breaking ball. You'll see a lot of breaking balls tonight.
So Buster Posey now waiting. And he rolls it to short or in the ground. We'll throw him out. So Godley does a nice job of pitching through the leadoff single. Here's their lineup, and it's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be the former Giant to lead it off, Blanco Negron, and then Brandon Drury, and he likes it at home, let's put it that way. Walker Fuentes, Adam Rosales, and then Jeremy Hazelbaker will hit 7th, Murphy 8th, and Godley 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be the right-handed veteran Johnny Cueto. Cueto, 5'11", 225-pounder. He's 31 years old. And in 23 starts this year, he's gone 7-8 with a 4.49 ERA. Lifetime against these Diamondbacks, he has done well, 10-3 with a 3.40 ERA. And in this ballpark, 7-1. And how does he do it? He's going to come at you with a lot of fastballs that he will sink and cut, about 70% plus. You're going to see something hard coming at you. And the changeup, the best specialty pitch. He also has a slider and a curveball he'll throw sparingly just to stay in shape. But for the most part, fastball, cutter, changeup, go get him.
And the pitch to Blanco is outside for a ball. Blanco at 240. 3 home runs, 12 driven in, 3 for 10 with a double against Johnny Cueto. And a half swing on that changeup, and it's 1-2. Down low, blocked by Hundley. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Just keep throwing them down there.
The clinch win yesterday, which was a walk-off win for Arizona, was the D-backs' 50th win at home. So they really have taken advantage of winning games in their park. Way inside, 3-2. They also, of the teams in the National League West, have the best record against teams in the National League West. They're 43-30. And the walk.
Let's take a look at the Giants defensively behind Johnny Cueto tonight. Starting in the outfield from left to right, it'll be Parker, Span, and Pence. Good arms on the corners. Crawford, Sandoval on the left side of the infield. Panic and Posey on the right side. Nick Hundley, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So here's Negron. Hitting at 125. And a strike. Sometimes that doesn't really tell the whole story. Negron is 2 for 16. Well, you can see what he did in Reno, which I'm told is a pretty good place to hit.
Gorgeous ballpark.
I'm also told that it's not a great place to live.
Hey, easy. It is the place to live.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Negron, a Bay Area kid. Went to Vanden High School in Fairfield.
When have we ever determined the radius of a Bay Area kid? It would be like Sacramento. Would that be a Bay Area kid?
As far as I'm concerned, Northern California is a Bay Area kid.
Reno would be Bay Area kid?
Absolutely. Big Giants family up there.
In tight, 1 ball and 1 strike. So once we get like past Santa Barbara, then it's not the Bay Area anymore.
Well, Negron lives in Napa. That's Bay Area.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially this time of year when they're making wine.
Well, as far as the Oregon border. Bend. Bay Area kid.
No problem with that.
Down the right field line with something on it, and it's foul. Hunter Pence visiting with the bullpen guys. So it makes it 1-2.
The ballpark tonight, lots of carry as always, although not as live as when the ballpark is closed. They've opened up the roof and opened up the panels in the beyond the outfield. It's an absolutely gorgeous night for baseball.
Blanco leaning, and he had a little bit of a lean, like he might be trying to steal a bag. He's got 11. He's only been thrown out once.
Giants know all about Gregor Blanco. He's all about stealing.
Got him.
Well, it's time for our Togo's big play. The Togo's way. You talked about the walk-off hit that the Diamondbacks had yesterday. It came off the bat of J.D. Martinez. Hit it off of Javi Guerra, and it would clinch the #1 spot in the National League with the wild card. And the celebration started. First time they've been to the playoffs since 2011. And that's our Togo's big play, the Togo's way.
And here's Drury. Yeah, congratulations. Yeah. 20 game under to 20 game over. How about that? That's a pretty good
amazing
swing. In tight to Drury, who's got ownage on Cueto, 5 for 7.
It does tell you about the Diamondbacks ball club last year. They were set to have a good year. Then all of a sudden, A.J. Pollock goes down the last day of spring training. And then all the injuries just started following one after another. They never really got untracked. They wound up a year where they're 20 games under 500. Sound familiar?
Yeah.
It's kind of what happened to the Giants this year.
Yeah. 2 balls and no strikes. Giants lost this guy for a spell. Obviously Bumgarner for a spell.
Yeah, 75 games for Bumgarner.
There's a strike. Concussions an issue this year with Buster Posey, Panic, Belt. Two balls, 1 strike.
Well, health has so much to say about the success and failure of your season.
Health and depth.
And depth, indeed.
Nope, maybe just a little high. 3-1. Cueto should get another start this year. Bumgarner will get another start. 3-1. Quick toss, Blanco back. Foul back, healthy rip. And that's what you like to see with a count of 3-1. So Drury steps out. Remember, ownage 5 for 7 lifetime against Cueto. Runner goes, swinging a foul straight back. So Cueto with 16 pitches here in the bottom of the first inning. Blanco's going to go, and there's the throw to first, and he gets back again.
Cueto's got a great move. That's one of the best in the National League West. Very quick feet. You want to have a good move, you've got to have quick feet. Quick feet, compact throwing motion. You don't have to throw a bullet over to first. You just have to get it there quickly.
Not sure what happened to Hundley, but that's what we were waiting on. Ooh, just got back. Buster's saying, yeah, you know what? Might be wise to take a peek at it.
Well, when you get a look like that from your first baseman, and they looked. Not enough there. I mean, anymore, you've got to. It's got to be noticeable. If it's a tie, don't even think about
especially in the first inning. Runner goes on the ground, fair over the bag at third. Onage is Onage as Blanco's going to score, and Drury's got a double, so it's 1-0.
They set an outside target. This thing goes middle in, change up. It looked to me like Drury was sitting on it. Rakes it right past Sandoval. Never really had a chance. And once it gets down the corner here, it becomes a bit of an adventure. I don't know if Jared Parker could have made a better play getting the ball back to the infield. But with Blanco's speed, a good jump, an easy score.
6 for 8, lifetime. Here's Christian Walker, who's 1 for 6 on the season. And that one hit a home run. And he tries to hold up, and it's no balls and 1 strike.
Well, Walker had 32 home runs this year in Reno at AAA level. This is a guy that the Diamondbacks got on waivers right there at the end of spring training from Cincinnati. The PCL MVP.
Oh, and 2. Put together pretty good. Another guy I'll probably arm wrestle later on.
Yeah, I'll meet you back at the bar, a little arm wrestle session. I'm betting on you, partner.
High to right field for Hunter Pence. Pence will make the catch. Drury will bluff. And here's Ray Fuentes.
Center field number 14, Ray Fuentes.
Fuentes hitting .236, 3 home runs, 9 driven in. With Adam Rosales to follow. Swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike.
I think they had intended for that breaking the ball to try and wrap around the outside corner. Wound up being a back foot slider.
Good pitch.
Anything to get you an out or a strike is a great pitch, whether it was a mistake or not.
There's a strike. It's 0-2, so 92 from Cueto.
That was right on the target. That's kind of where he cruises at on an average. But we could see him reach back at 2 strike counts and hit 95.
And a bit outside to make him think. 1-2.
Trying to cut that outside corner.
Cueto nods his head to Hundley. And the pitch. Off the top of Hundley's glove, and we'll reset and do it again.
'25th pitch of the inning coming up. It's a lot of pitches in the first inning.
Center field. Span now with room, and that'll end the inning. So a run on 1 hit, and after 1, it's 1-0 D-backs.
Brought to you by Los Gigantes Lager, a Mexican-style lager from Anchor Brewing and the San Francisco Giants.
D-backs a run in the first inning. It's 1-0, and it'll be Brandon Crawford, Sandoval, Parker to face Zach Godley. And Crawford shows bunt, and he takes a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Low, 2-0. Off the line at third is Rosales. Aren't you relaxed?
I am. Totally.
3 days of a lot of stimuli. Just relaxed here.
Well, it's a great ballpark. Giants fans have found that out a long time ago when they opened the doors here at Chase Field. Just a great place, destination for Giants fans. Very comfortable. Yep, they made the trek down. They'll smile a little more when the Giants get a few runs. A little concerned right now, down 1-0.
Crawford fouls this one. That got the home plate umpire Eddings. It's 3-2. Eddings keeps looking at his hand. Keep moving it around. The sting will eventually go away by New Year's Eve. Crawford ropes one into right field, a base hit.
Nice at bat. You get a lot of pitches out of a guy, then you beat him 3-2 to lead off an inning. They'll take that. Well, Saturday the 30th is Star Wars Day. Check out our VIP Star Wars experience. Pre-game access to Triple's Alley Party with food and beverage. All 3 Star Wars items will include Bumgarner Jedi light-up canvas, a BB-8 collectible, and a BB-8 beanie.
What?
I want to get that. I want to get that. I want to get that.
Wow.
Go to sfgiants.com/special events and check it out.
Yeah, there's the Kruko Christmas card picture. All 12 of them with the beanie. Here's Sandoval. And he takes outside for a ball, 1-0. Now, I know what your Christmas cards got this year.
Yeah. Courtesy of you.
Yep. Found the right website. 1 ball and no strikes. Outside to Sandoval. Sandoval, in his days in a Giants uniform, always hit well in this park. Up the middle, maybe a pair. And that's called a broadcaster's jinx.
Well, I think Godley got a piece of it. I think the play is going to go 1-4-3. If it didn't hit Godley, perhaps it hit the mound, but something took some steam off that ball because it was hit well.
Yeah, like the mound.
Yeah, it winds up being a big league hang with him. That's 5 double plays in the last 2 days.
There's Parker. Well, there's a way to solve the double play problem. I think I have the solution.
What is it?
Hit the ball over the wall. There's a called strike, and it's 0-1.
Well, I like that plan.
Parker's got 4 of them that went over the wall.
One of them here, a long home run to center field.
Foul. 0-2. Cardinals playing a really, really big game tonight. And remember that kid Weaver that pitched well against the Giants?
Yeah.
He gave up 8 runs in the first 3 innings.
Wow. Cubs can eliminate the Cardinals in this series. And it's being played in St. Louis.
Yeah, eliminate
the Cardinals
for the division title.
Well, the Cardinals from the wild card race too.
Tonight they can eliminate him?
I think it's tonight or tomorrow night. The Cubs could clinch. They'd like to do it there. And I think, well, maybe they have to win all 3, but
yeah, Cardinals are 2.5 back.
Okay, so after tonight they'd have 5 games. So they'd have to win all 3 of them, I guess, but they could eliminate them. But Ben Zobrist, of all people, who's pretty mild-mannered, he said, we'd like to clinch our division championship against the Cardinals on their field.
It's pretty convenient to say that when you're actually playing them, isn't it?
Yeah.
Parker drives one to right. And Hazelbaker will have to play this one off the wall. And Parker's got a double. So now the D-backs can choose who they want to face.
I think this had topspin on it. I mean, he really gets this on the sweet spot. I thought it might have a chance to get out of here, but the topspin on it kind of kept it in the yard. I know one thing, it felt good.
So Hundley will hit with first base open and Cueto on deck. Nice block. Murphy. 1 ball and no strikes. Hundley's only faced Godley twice. He's 1 for 2 in those at bats. In tight 2-0. And the further Godley falls behind, they're just going to put him on.
Like now. So there's your intentional walk.
So Johnny Cueto can help himself.
And we always say it. I mean, his best at bats come when there's a runner in scoring position. And he will put the ball in play.
Number 47, Johnny Cueto.
Cueto's got 3 RBIs on the year. He's 4 for 41. If he gets a base hit, it's usually right over the first baseman's head.
And that's him pulling the ball.
That's a pull for him. Absolutely. And a strike, and it's 0-1. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. 0-2.
Man, that's the first time he's seen that breaking ball. It's a knuckle curve. I mean, and it's got some pretty nasty snap to it as he gets up there around the strike zone, and he's not afraid to put it in the dirt. As you mentioned, Godley's averaging over a strikeout an inning. And most of his strikeouts come with that curveball.
And that'll end the inning. So after an inning and a half, it remains 1-0 D-backs. Day 3 years ago, the Giants clinched the #2 wild card spot by beating the Padres 9-8. And that was the beginning of a very nice run led by that guy, Mr. Madison Bumgarner. Yeah, that's always really good for those headsets.
Jeez. Hey, Bob, save your left arm for Wednesday, will you, baby?
That was a good night. A lot of smiles.
We're waiting on something. I'm not quite sure what. Are we? Oh, we're missing an outfielder. Denard Span.
A glove problem.
I just see him throw his glove into the seats. Threw something into the seats. So they chose the fastest extra man, and that would be Mac Williamson, to go get the glove.
Well, you got to go down some stairs, and you have to go up some stairs to get from the dugout into the Giants clubhouse.
At that age, that's not an issue. At our age, it is.
Oh yeah, it's impossible at our age.
I knew he flipped the ball into the seats, and he says, "Gorky, sorry, I know you're trying to play my spot. I really am not trying to hurt you." As Rosales swings and misses. That little guy deserves a ball, but I will tell you this. Everybody's got to keep an eye on him, and that's foul territory zone.
Yeah, it is.
And it's not pop-ups, it's line drives. And that will be an area next year where you're going to see a lot of teams will have that screened off.
The extended screen. Giants are going to extend their screen.
Rosales pops this one up, and it's going to reach the seats. It's 0-2 to Rosales. Got him on a quick pitch.
Good little cutter, perfect location. Well, Xfinity X1 customers say, show me the San Francisco Giants into your X1 voice remote. Get live stats on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1.
So here's Hazelbaker. 318, a home run, 6 runs batted in. Buster in the squat. And a strike to Hazelbaker. And a foul back for Hazelbaker.
You know, you always feel kind of sorry for guys when you're signing autographed baseballs that have long names like Jeremy Hazelbaker.
What do you bet he's H. Baker?
He could be Jeremy H. Line.
On the ground and a base hit. And this is going to be a triple for Hazelbaker.
So ahead in the count, 2 strikes, and he just lays a high mistake, and you can see the reaction from Johnny Cueto. He knew he made a mistake. He was way ahead in the count. And these are fast gaps here at Chase Field. And a guy with speed like Hazelbaker knows it. He had a good jump out of the box. And really an easy triple. And that's going to bring the Giants infield in.
So here's Murphy. Murphy's been in 2 games, and according to this, he hasn't had an at-bat yet. And he takes the pitch high, 1-0.
Well, he's a catch and throw guy. I mean, this year in the minor leagues hit 238 with 6 home runs and 34 RBIs, but he's an outstanding catcher and he throws well.
Foul to the backstop. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Murphy has spent some time in the big leagues with the Yankees and then with Minnesota. He's got a little over 2 years at the big league level.
Infield in. And a strike, 1 and 2.
It's really a great reputation to have. I mean, if you're a catch and throw catcher who is a good defensive guy that can control a running game, gain the confidence of a pitching staff, you can stay in this game for a long time.
Absolutely.
And you don't have to hit a ton. Just run the game. Easier said than done.
A show me pitch, 2 and 2.
Show him that just to set up the changeup. Or an inside fastball. Cueto pitching for the strikeout.
Outside again, 3 and 2.
This is not an infield that you really like playing in on if you're an infielder because of how quick it is. But you have to get a little lower when you set up.
I actually didn't mind. I always thought if you're playing on a fast and bad infield, playing in was great because you only had grass in front of you. Crawford's got it. That'll be a double play, and that'll end the inning. The old Adam ball. 3rd inning coming up, and the top of the order. Hey, it's time now for Smart Play, and it's brought to you by your California Ford dealers. Well, on September 10th of last year, remember this? Gone. Hunter Pence, a solo home run off of Zach Godley. And oh, by the way, that helped the Giants to an 11-3 win. Hunter Pence got sent to a seat at home plate on the first pitch of the game, and then he singled after that.
He's done well when he's hitting the leadoff spot.
There's a strike. So Godley comes right back with a fastball. Panic on deck. way outside.
You know, and I think one of the big adjustments is if you're used to hitting down the lineup 4th or 5th like Pence is, now all of a sudden you go to the leadoff spot. The one thing you give up is kind of a scout report of your own. You don't get a chance to watch how that guy's throwing. Start of a game, you're leading off. You don't have a book to go to it unless you watch his warm-up pitches.
Yes, that's true.
If you're hitting 5th, you're going to see 20 pitches that the guy throws. You'll know what he's getting over, what he's not getting over. You're going to have a plan.
And it's fouled, and that one got Doug Eddings as well. Hunter Pence asking Doug Eddings if you're all right. No, I'm not, but I'm okay. Thanks for asking.
Breaking ball just kind of got him on the side. A little rib shot. Take your breath away.
Man, this one's caught by Drury.
Well, he went down and beat that curveball. So, Adam Ball that ended the inning for the D-backs in the 2nd. And the Giants lose an Adam Ball here. Nevertheless, a nice at bat from Pence. Almost knocked the hat off of Zach Godley.
So here's Panic. And a call strike. Here's the 0-1. Slowly hit. Drury's got it.
Well, the Giants Insider Podcast is back on NBCSportsBayArea.com, brought to you by Max Muscle. The Giants Insider Podcast with Alex Pavlovich on NBCSportsBayArea.com is also available on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and Spotify.
Here's Span. Watch what Godley does. If I was a hitter, it would really annoy me. Watch his glove. That just a little thing like that. That's what I'd be watching. As he bounces it foul.
Well, a lot of pitchers do it for that reason. A lot of guys do that too, so they don't tip a pitch. Usually means somewhere down the road they were wiggling when they were setting their hand on the curveball. For a guy with a knuckle curveball, it's usually the pitch that tips it.
So they just said wiggle it all the time?
Wiggle it all the time. Saw Ryan Dempster used to do that. He had an exaggerated flap.
It almost looks like there's like an electrical outlet in there that's kind of gone wacky.
Yeah, kind of a little fast twitch.
Yeah.
But that's the way that he solved the problem of tipping his curveball. It's amazing what guys will pick up. I mean, a few years ago, John Candelaria, when he used to start, when he threw a breaking ball, he would tuck his chin. He'd kind of tuck his chin in towards his chest. That would tip the curveball. Fastball, he didn't do it. Somebody picked it up, so basically you knew every time the curveball was coming.
3-1.
They watch head movement. They watch hand movement. They watch where you position the hand. Is it above the belt? Is it below the belt? They'll look at the position of the wrist.
Hit into center field. And Fuentes runs it down, and that'll end the inning. 1-0 D-backs. the Giants are celebrating the best fans in baseball all month long. From now until October 1st, all Giants Dugout Store locations will offer 30% off select merchandise. For a list of Dugout Store locations, visit sfgiants.com/dugout stores. And if you're at the Dugout Store at the ballpark, ask for Scott Wickersham. He's not going to give you another 10% off, but he might give you a hug. There's a called strike.
I didn't know that about Scott.
Oh, yeah, Scott. And he hangs on for a little while, too.
Too long?
Nope, just right. Godley takes a strike. As many years as now we've been in the Giants organization, we know all the employees and all the ones that hang on too long or fake it or don't hang on enough. It's fouled down the left field line.
It's called hug scouting reports.
Yep, we got him. And you want to know? Just ask us. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that is a strikeout.
Well, preseason basketball is here. Warriors taking on the Nuggets Saturday at 5:30. You'll see it right here on NBC Sports Bay Area. That's right. The NBA champions are back on NBC Sports Bay Area. Your first chance to check out the Warriors as they get ready to defend their title. I can't wait. They are fun to watch.
Yeah, I can't wait for the preseason to be over with. And a fastball belt tie for a strike. Blanco drew a walk and then scored on the Drury double in the first inning. And almost looked like the same pitch, and that evens the count. Wide, 2-1. Two and 2.
Cueto working a quick pace.
Three and 2.
A lot of pitches. And that has been something that has happened since he's come back off the disabled list. He's hit the high pitch count early in ball games. And another walk of Gregor Blanco. It's not going to make Mr. Cueto happy. So he'll have a chat with himself.
And he'll face Negron. Negron struck out in the first inning. And a ball. 1 ball and no strikes.
Just a bit inside. How close was it? Pretty close.
Kind of.
Sort of.
And a quick toss, and we went through this in the first inning. A lot of close throws at first, but
well, you've got to pay attention. You've got a base stealer there. He's in the go mode. And in all likelihood, should the Diamondbacks get past the wild card game and into the playoffs, I mean, stolen bases are going to become very important. 90-foot increments, huge in postseason play. And if you have a base stealer like Blanco, who's confident, can be a big asset. So, I mean, I would look to him trying to go.
and a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Very quick unload time there from Johnny Cueto. I mean, he doesn't give a guy a great chance to get a good jump. Cueto, the kind of guy that really helps his catcher out. Smart.
Look, you go over the scouting report before the game. Blanco's 11 for 12 in the stolen base department. Keep him close. Tap foul. It's 1-2. Slowing the pace down just a little bit. 52 pitches.
Johnny Cueto says, I don't like this ball.
Yeah, it's too fat.
Well, I mean, the little ones do feel better in your hand. The little ones, however, they go farther. Although the way they make them now, it's hard to find a big difference between any ball you pull out of the box. They're all pretty much the same. And hard with a capital D.
Got him. Here's Drury. Drury doubled over the third base bag that scored Blanco in the first inning. That's where the 1-0 lead comes from. Down low, and now Blanco goes, and it almost looked like a little bit of a delayed steal. But that's his 12th.
I think that's exactly what that was. He could have been reacting to the ball in dirt. I mean, a good base stealer will take a secondary lead, and he'll anticipate the fly of the ball. If he sees it go down in the dirt, I mean, he will take off. But that's a delayed steal.
And it was in his favor that the ball was thrown in the dirt.
I mean, that's a timing play, and it really is something that all the advanced scouts that are watching the game tonight will mark down. That'll be talked about in a short series pre-game meeting.
Well, Cueto knows that Drury is 6 for 8 lifetime. Will he go after him, or will he pitch to the guy on deck who's had 1 at-bat history against him?
Well, when a guy's got ownage on you, and I would bet, going back, looking at the at-bats, a lot of his hits have come off of off-speed stuff. Because I think he was looking for it when he had his double tonight against Cueto in the first inning. Yeah, I think is the hardest pitch to sit up and look for. I think a lot of hitters will agree. But some guys can do it, and I think Drury is one of those guys. If you take away Johnny Cueto's changeup, you're taking away one of his big weapons.
And a base hit. Parker's got a good arm. And Drury does it again.
Boy, when you have ownage against a guy, even ground balls that you hit, they simply find holes. They set up in the inside corner. I mean, that's right to the glove. That's not a hanger. That's not a mistake to location. They open up the 5.5 hole, and he splits right through it. Never a hesitation from third base coach Tony Parachica.
So we've seen the formula tonight for the D-backs.
They have definitely made 2 walks, the only 2 walks that Cueto has had, both times to Gregor Blanco, both times he scored. So they've made those walks haunt.
And Walker goes around. Walker hit a fly ball to right field in the first inning. Look out. And I think that hit him.
So another 90-foot gift.
So here's Fuentes.
Little two-seamer, and Walker had nowhere to go. Look out. I mean, that could not have felt good.
Fuentes hit a fly ball to center field in the first.
That's one I'd have had to rub a little bit.
There's a called strike. Now 60 pitches for Johnny Cueto.
That's a lot of work in 3 innings.
And another strike.
Didn't look like Ray Fuentes was too enthusiastic about that call from Doug Eddings, plate umpire. If you're Cueto, you got to go back out there again, don't you?
Absolutely. A look to second. Got him. And that'll end the inning. 5 strikeouts for Cueto. However, the D-backs lead 2-0.
Game yesterday in Los Angeles, Mac Williamson hit a solo shot off of Clayton Kershaw. It was his 3rd hit of the game off Kershaw, becoming only the 4th Giant ever to get 3 hits off Clayton Kershaw in a game. He joined Joaquin Arias, Buster Posey, and Hunter Pence, who also had 3 hits off Kershaw yesterday. That's our Jeep drive of the game.
And here's Buster to lead things off. 2-0 D-backs. And a base hit for Buster Posey. And that'll bring up Crawford.
Shortstop, Brandon Crawford.
It's the 151st hit for Buster Posey. Crawford drew a walk in the second. And he takes outside for a ball. Sandoval to follow. Same spot, 2-0. So Crawford should get a good pitch hit to right here. He does not. It's 3-0. Well, I'll repeat myself. Crawford should get a good pitch to hit right here. 3 balls and 1 strike. Crawford should get a decent pitch to hit right here.
Well, I mean, he's going to look for something decent. I mean, that's not a 3-0 pitch you want to swing at.
Absolutely not.
And Crawford's really good in the 3-0 count. He's one of the better Giants hitters who does well when he gets a green light 3-0.
So there's the walk.
Hey, we want to say happy birthday to Rafaela Fajardo, who turns 88, mother of Bertha Fajardo, who works in the Giants front office. So Rafaela, happy birthday. Happy 88th.
88's a good number. Happy birthday. Here's Pablo Sandoval, who rolled into a double play in the second. And a swing and a foul, maybe at home plate. So Pablo Sandoval will regroup.
Looking for something to drive. A mistake, middle in, between the belt and the knee.
Foul again. It's 0-2. Parker's on deck. So Sandoval now in the hole. One and two. Posey singled. He's at second. Crawford walked. Godley now taking a lot more time. And now Sandoval steps out.
Well, John Ryan Murphy going to go out and have a little talk about this pitch. And they know that Pablo Sandoval is an aggressive swinger and a 1-2 count. I think that may be the message from Murphy. Bounce it. I'll catch it.
And the 1-2, here it is. And that's exactly what he did. Sandoval very, very aggressive, which we've seen him over his career. But he'll be disappointed in that at bat.
Again, the strikeout pitch for Godley, that knuckle curveball.
Unless Sandoval thought he was going to hit into a double play. If he did, then that's a good at bat.
Veteran move. If you think you're going to hit into a double play, strike out. Yeah.
Hey, the first time I heard that was from Reggie Smith when I got traded over to the Giants in 1982. And there's a nice play. Nice play. Buster Posey started to go. And I kind of laughed, chuckled, right? That's a pretty good line. And then I realized that he was serious.
Well, who thinks they're going to hit into a double play?
Nobody. But he
talk about planting a bad seed.
Was not going to challenge him on that one.
I know.
Because he was bigger than me and meaner than me.
Yeah. Yeah, he was hard on me. He had his hits. Tough out.
He was like Mr. Smith to me. So Parker, who doubled in the second, waits. And he drives one to left. And deep. And off the bricks. And it caroms right out to Fuentes. Crawford will stop at third. Posey scores. It's 2-1.
Well, whatever Zach Godley's selling, Jared Parker's buying a lot of it. That's another great at bat. Remember his last at bat went off the wall in right center. And this one, he goes 91 mile an hour, two-seam movement away, and he takes it off the left field wall, and he almost knocks it out of here.
So Parker with his second double. Infield is in. Will they walk Hundley, or will they throw two pitches out of the strike zone and then walk him? I don't know why they're just not walking him right now.
Johnny Cueto on deck, and he did not look good his first at bat against Godley, striking out.
So Hundley said, you know what, I'm going to swing at anything at this point. It does put you in a really tough spot as an eighth place hitter. You're going to end up swinging at pitches that you normally wouldn't. High drive to left. It is out of here.
Should have walked it.
Should have walked it. And that's home run number 9 for Hundley.
And he does it down to count 0-1. And just like this, Johnny Cueto has a 2-run lead. Two-seamer that comes back in, and look at Godley. He knew it right away. The head went down. He couldn't even bear to watch. Yep. I know the feeling.
Here's Cueto. And a strike.
Yep, that felt good.
One ball and one strike.
That's the thing about this ballpark. I mean, it's unforgiving. Lots of carry. And not just to one side of the field. It's pretty much foul line to foul line.
There's a call strike.
Hundley got himself a new haircut. 9th home run.
Happy haircut?
Happy haircut
Yeah,
to
he's
you.
got the Sergeant Carter look. As Cueto strikes out. Some people might not even know who Sergeant Carter was.
Yeah, I think that's a good point.
Is that Gomer Pyle's guy?
Yeah.
Here's Hunter Pence. Just a TV show back when we were growing up, that's all.
Yep. 50 years ago.
Was it? You think it's that long? Probably. Hunter Pence is singled and he's lined out, and he takes a strike. Oh, and 2. If you're hitting behind a guy that just hit a 3-run home run, you have to expect the guy's best stuff after that.
Oh,
or
yeah.
his angriest stuff.
Well, and anger is really good for curveballs. You can snap off a dandy when you're hot. Of course, you can also hang him too if you're too hot.
0-2. Out of play.
Giants with 4 in the inning. That's the first time the Giants have scored at least 4 runs in an inning since August 19th. When they did it against Philadelphia, they had 5 runs in the 9th.
It's amazing how you can pull that stuff. You just remember that stuff.
Well, thank you to Liam and the Giants PR department. He's the guy that fattens us up.
I was giving you a shot there to go, yeah, well.
I wish I could take that credit.
Yeah, well, I take those memory pills. And see, back when we played, there'd be 4 guys tomorrow getting a haircut.
Oh, yeah. Guy gets a haircut, goes deep,
and
line him up.
Even that kind of style of haircut, although that might be a stretch. Pence down the right field line and out of here. He hits it off the fair pole. Do not knock that guy down on the first pitch.
No, do not do that, which is how this game started. First pitch of the game. Got the floored Pence here in a 2-strike count. That's a 90-mile-an-hour mistake. And in this ballpark, we talked about unforgiving. Is this going to be a matter, or was it going to be fair or foul? And my partner calls it the fair pull.
This is hit on the ground to McGraw, and that'll end the inning. Well, they've had it wrong since the start of baseball.
But the foul pole's not right?
That's right. 5-2 Giants.
Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Amici's East Coast Pizzeria. When you want the best pizza in town, Amici's delivers. By Provident Credit Union Super Reward Checking, we pay you. And by Max Muscle Sports Nutrition and its 30 NorCal locations. Professional health and nutrition advice available for all ages.
Giants now with a 5-2 lead. And here's Rosales, who looks at a strike.
Very unusual way to get in the box. There's your home run hitters.
And a bunt foul. Bunted it right at Hazel Baker.
Rosales will step out, then he'll get in the box with 1 foot in. He'll put both eyeballs on the pitcher.
Yeah, he's got to be careful though, because of the ability of Cueto to quick pitch. Outside. He jumps in there a little quicker against Cueto than other pitchers. 2-2.
I think you're right. I think he's got a different pace to get in that box against veterans as opposed to younger pitchers. But he's eyeballing him.
Foul. Look out. Nick Marley.
Nick Marley, third base umpire.
So Rosales steps out. Now back in. 2-2. And the pitch. 3-2.
Again, just lots of pitches from Johnny Cueto, and that's kind of been where he's been at since coming off the DL. Not getting a lot of quick outs. Quick outs are 3 pitches or less.
So the payoff, here it is. Foul back with a fastball away.
And you figured it to be a challenge with a 3-run lead. You don't want to walk him.
Hunter Pence. 1 out. And here's Hazelbaker.
Right field, Sharon Hazelbaker.
Hazelbaker with a triple in the second inning.
Yeah, and a 2-strike count, an 0-2 count.
And he fouls this one out of play. On deck is the catcher, John Ryan Murphy.
That'd be another name that you might have to think about changing when you're signing autographs, especially when you have to sign a dozen baseball or 5 dozen.
You're just J.R. Murphy.
Jeremy Hazelbaker and then J.R. Murphy.
1 and 2.
Guy you want to be is like the mayor of San Francisco, Ed Lee. He could go through a dozen baseballs in like
Absolutely.
4 minutes.
Ed Lee.
Ed Ott, remember him?
Yep.
Good autograph name. But John Ryan Murphy and Jeremy Hazelbaker,
Got him. Sadahara just signed O.
Well, when you lead the world in home runs, you can do that.
Oh.
Al Kaline was Al K. Line. Straight line. He could rifle through a box.
Yeah, he's one of my all-time favorites.
But when he wanted to take time and do like his name, it was like perfect penmanship.
He came into our broadcast booth in Detroit this year, and he said hello, and then he said, "Look, you need a dozen balls or anything signed, just bring them on over. I'm not doing anything," which I thought was very cool.
He's first class, great representative of our game, and great Hall of Famer. You look at some of those autographs from the old Hall of Famers, their penmanship was amazingly good. Beautiful.
And the splintered bat and a foul ball. It's 1 and 2.
Frank Robinson, Ernie Banks, Hank Aaron, Willie Mays. I mean, you can read those signatures. The signatures today, they're really hard to read.
High to left field for Parker. And a shutdown inning for Johnny Cueto. We'll head to the 5th. It's 5-2 Giants.
The authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Giants Baseball Club, LLC.
Denard Span to lead things off for the Giants, leading this one by a score of 5-2. It'll be Span, Posey, and Crawford. Span, the only hitter in this Giants lineup that did not hit in the 4th, and he shoots this one up the middle and a base hit. Legrand with a dive, and it's a hit anyway. Well, Giants fans, StubHub is your ticket out to a once-in-a-lifetime experience. That's it. Concerts, Giants games, StubHub, your ticket out. It is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the San Francisco Giants. You can't just say Giants these days, because I think the NFL season has started.
You think?
Yeah, I do. Here's Buster Posey. Buster chops this one off his foot.
This is a great time of year if you're a sports fan. I mean, you got baseball playoffs coming up. You got football season and college football season. You got basketball about ready to start up. Hockey.
Come on, easy, you two.
Well, when your team's a division leader, I mean, you got to show your colors.
Hey, down the right field line, and with the speed of Span, he might go for a while. And he does. Godley's going, what did I do that for?
It's exactly what he's saying. I mean, he threw that ball like he was throwing it at Denard Span. So Span looking over, picking up Phil Nevin, who says, green light, my friend, come on over. So that changes the infield defense.
And now Buster Posey's got a chance for an RBI. And a strike, and it's 0-2.
Buster's not overly enthusiastic about that strike call in the 0-1 with the curveball. Talked about Doug Eddings. I mean, he's a good break a ball umpire. I mean, he hangs in there with it.
Low. 1-2.
In the dirt by design.
So Crawford waiting in the wings. We're in the 5th inning. Game that's seen a lot of pitches. Span at third, infield in. And the pitch. Way outside, nice block, 2-2.
We've seen some really nice blocking tonight from John Ryan Murphy. I mean, you can see why this guy is an asset. I mean, these are not easy plays. And with a runner at third base, that's exceptional defense.
I mean, even the guy hitting could admire that. So 3-2. And the payoff. Here it is to Posey. And the walk.
Pretty easy take. I think guys who are RBI guys get a little disappointed when they don't get a pitch 3-2 with a runner at third.
Absolutely. I was thinking Buster probably even happy that John Wayne Murphy blocked it. Just to keep that guy on third.
Knock that run in. Posey has 64 RBIs on the year. So Mike Butcher going to come out. And I think he senses a little frustration. And it happens when a guy makes an error, especially coming off a 5-run inning like he had in the top of the 4th. You know, when a team clinches like the Diamondbacks did last night, you know, the team's focus can just kind of go astray for a day or two. And there's that feeling of accomplishment. You kind of let your guard down coming to the yard the next day. So the coaching staff has to kind of work their magic to get the focus back as a group, especially if you're the pitching coach like Mike Butcher.
Crawford's walked twice, and one of those walks turned into a run. No balls and 1 strike. Sandoval is on deck. Out of play, 0-2. Crawford singled his first time up. For whatever reason, I wrote down that he walked. In the dirt, and they're going to say Crawford went around. So that ends up being very disappointing. And now Pablo Sandoval has a chance.
Third baseman, Pablo Sandoval.
And Godley's going to pitch for the double play. Giants with a 5-2 lead. Here's where they can add on.
You know, when a guy pitches for a double play, he's going to pound the knees, but that really does feed the strength of Sandoval. He's a good low ball hitter.
Absolutely. The only way you can beat Sandoval a lot of ways down low is if the pitch is actually in the dirt. Ball and no strikes. Godley, ready. And now he'll step off. Trying to freeze a very anxious hitter. And the pitch. Nope, 2 balls and no strikes.
Close, close. Godley wanted it.
Man down the line at third. Posey off at first. On the ground and underneath the glove of Walker, and coming in to score is Span, and Posey will go to third. Godley almost had a double play to end the inning.
Ball hit very hard, but Walker, I mean, he's got to feel you got to catch the one that goes through your legs. That's the low one we're talking about. He can go down there and get that one. Breaking ball, barrels it. And watch Walker. He just did not get the glove down.
That's got to be an error. So Torey Lovullo's coming out. He'll get the baseball when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts. Every NBC Sports Bay Area Giants broadcast on your desktop or mobile device. And how do you do it? Well, you stream on the go on the NBC Sports app. Silvino Bracho is your new pitcher.
Take a look at what he has done in 18 games. 19 strikeouts in 17 and 2/3 innings. He's got a good fastball. It'll go low to mid 90s and sometimes even higher. Hard slider and a changeup. A little funkiness to his delivery.
So the hitter will be Parker. Originally called Posey's, or called Sandoval's ball a hit, and then the official score changed it to an error. That's the right call. Sandoval did hit it hard, but this is a league where you make those plays, whether it's hit hard or not. He does get an RBI, and the hitter is Parker, who's 2 for 2, 2 doubles. Bracho throws. And a strike. 93. Hundley on deck with one out and a run in. Down low, another good block.
Bracho comes out of the knee position when he's looking in for his sign, and then he comes in and goes upright to where he comes to the set position, and he turns his body all the way around, looks at first base. I mean, it's such an unusual move. You really have to be careful if you do anything that is unusual, especially the runner at third base, that you don't get called for a balk.
One ball and one strike. Tap foul. 1-2.
Good changeup. I think when you have a herky-jerk motion, I mean, that kind of helps in the deception of the off-speed pitch. Because when a guy's got a little herky-jerk to you and he jumps at you, if he's got a good fastball like Bracho has, and it's the same arm action after he jumps at you that he throws with the changeup, it can be really difficult to pick up. Because when a guy jumps at you, you get ready to hit.
Got him.
And a slider for the payoff pitch. May not have been it may not have been a slider. Could have been a changeup upon further review.
So here's Hundley. Hundley walked intentionally in the second and then hit a 3-run home run in the fourth.
That was the big swing of the bat.
Hundley takes down low. This was the home run. He got it up and it started to carry, and it just carried right out of the park.
He did an 0-1 count, and Godley knew it immediately. Give up a home run, enough home runs, you just know.
One ball and one strike.
That's a generous strike.
And a little bit off the plate. On the ground to third. Rosales has it, and that'll end the inning. Giants add one, so we'll head to the bottom of the fifth. 6-2 Giants.
On Friday, September 29th through October 1st, we're holding our annual SF Marin Food Bank Food Drive at the ballpark on Saturday the 30th. The first 3,000 fans who donate $5 or 5 cans of food will receive a drawstring bag courtesy of Visa. Tickets always available at sfgiants.com.
So Johnny Cueto now has a 4-run lead.
So $5 or 5 cans of food.
So Vargas is going to pinch hit. Pinch hitting for the pitcher. Ildemaro Vargas. Ildemaro. We were taught by Bob Brenly to remember until tomorrow. Vargas. No balls in 1 strike. Vargas takes a call strike. Vargas this year 1 for 7. Down low.
He's a Hunter Pence fan.
Yes, indeed.
Got his urban camo on.
And a high fastball. And Vargas is gone. Strikeout number 7. And that'll bring up Blanco. Gregor Blanco's been a bit problematic for Cueto, not because he swung the bat, because he hasn't swung the bat. He's walked twice, and he has scored both runs, and there's a called strike. I don't believe he's going to walk this time.
No, not with Johnny Cueto in a 4-run lead. I mean, he's going to definitely get in the strike zone.
And that's fouled out of play, 0-2.
There's a little guy.
He's pretty active, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a happy boy.
Foul back, 0-2.
Yeah, Ma will take care of you. Got to go ahead and get that straw. We need a longer straw, Ma.
Longer straw, smaller bottle of water. Yeah, get the angle of the water. That works. Blanco takes low.
One thing Blanco's done a pretty good job of tonight is laying out that teaser changeup below the strike zone, because Cueto's been ahead of him a lot tonight, and he has not been able to get Blanco to go after that low change.
2-2. Pop up. Crawford. 2 down. There's Negron. Cueto's struck him out twice. So 2 outs, nobody on. And a strike, and it's 0-1. Pitch number 90 is high. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Cueto has a chance for his second 1-2-3 inning.
Triple and a base hit. The triple shimmy and a hit, and here's Drury.
Nice opposite field approach.
Very nice. So here's Drury.
Stay inside. Little double, triple toe tap. It's kind of hard to time that front foot when a guy's doing the shimmy on you. Negron does a good job.
And Drury takes a pitch in tight.
I got to believe it's a good chance this is going to be Johnny Cueto's last inning.
Right.
And he is digging deep because of that.
Well, this will be pitch number 93.
A lot of stretch time tonight from Cueto.
And a strike to Drury. With Drury's 2 hits and 2 at bats tonight off of Cueto, he's now 7 for 9 lifetime. The pitch, line drive, span, and that'll end the inning. (6-2) Giants. Quarterback Jeff Garcia has joined Dave Feldman and Dennis Brown on the official pre and post game shows of the team. You get in-depth coverage every night from Matt Mayoko. Sunday to Sunday, the home of the authentic 49ers fan is NBC Sports Bay Area. It's a 6-2 lead when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and brake experts.
So Anthony Banda, the new pitcher for the Diamondbacks, take a look at what he has done in the short time that he has been in the big leagues. But 21 strikeouts in 20 2/3 innings tells you his stuff is legit. He's got a fastball that goes mid to high 90s, a hard curveball, and a changeup.
So Cueto is going to hit for himself. And he's struck out twice in this game. swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
That's a healthy 98. Saw Vargas stayed in the ball game at second base. Banda 6'2", 220-pounder.
And I don't think Cueto minds that so much.
No, I don't think so.
Hunter Pence hit one off the fair pole down the right field line in his last at bat. Gone.
Yep, he'll take it. Home run number 13 on the year.
And they might call it a healthy fastball. Throws another one. Look out. So flips that one to the backstop. Yep. The old weenie hat.
Well, yeah. There's only a few guys can pull that one off.
Yeah. I think if you go to your local grocery store and you see your local butcher, they have to wear one of those.
They should. Or if you're selling hot dogs at a ballpark, perfect lid. Doesn't make you want to have a hot dog, though.
Down the right field line and out of play. I mean, if you saw your butcher, when you put a smile on your face and order a bunch of those, absolutely.
I don't need a whole lot of encouragement to buy hot dogs.
Yeah, that's true. Or maybe you'd look at the guy and go, I'm going to avoid this guy. See, look at this guy. He's got a hot dog. He's the happiest guy in the world. Need a napkin? Dude, what? You think I'm messy? Yeah. Plus, he's the only one without a date. Swing and a miss.
Well, that means one thing. He's got onions on his hot dog.
Oh. Well. Savor it. You only got a little. You only got either one large bite left, or yes.
Oh man.
Good job.
Seriously, he had to milk that a little bit.
It was like 2 small bites or just one big one.
He went for it.
Looked like Larry Nibby.
Oh, Larry can eat the whole thing in one bite.
No balls in one strike.
True savant.
On the ground to third. Right there is Rosales. And that'll end the inning. Oh, good job, young man. I'm impressed. Giants lead 6-2.
NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica. By AAA. Get a free canvas backpack. Restrictions apply. Go to AAA.com/road trip or to a AAA branch for details. By Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. And by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
Christian Walker takes the ball. The Giants are leading 6-2. And there's a strike. It's 1-1 strike. Walker is flied out, and then he was hit by a pitch in the third. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Thinking that when Cueto walked off the mound in the fifth, maybe the skipper and Dave Righetti said, "We want to go another one." He may have made the call himself as Walker strikes out.
He absolutely did.
Hey, you're loose, right?
Why not?
Osich getting loose. So Fuentes drives one to right. And Fuentes with a line single, bringing Rosales to the plate. Rosales is struck out and flied out. Pitch number 101. Here it is, and it's low. Eric Law joins Osich. On the ground, Sandoval's got it. That's one. That's two. Nice play. He's been playing a nice third base. Cueto thanks him.
Toyota game summary. It's brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Through 6 full innings of play, it's the Giants 6 runs on 8 hits, no errors. D-backs 2 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors. Johnny Cueto 6 solid with 8 strikeouts. Nick Hundley, the big blow, his 9th homer of the year, a 3-run shot. That was in the 5-run 4th, and that's where we are right now. 6-2 Giants, and that was your Toyota game summary.
And Span on the ground to short, and Span is retired on 1 pitch. So that's how the 7th inning gets started. And that'll bring up Buster Posey. Buster gets to face the lefty. Buster 1 for 2 with a walk. .97 for a strike.
Van has got a good fastball. I mean, he gets on you quick. I mean, it doesn't have a lot of movement on it. I think what they'll eventually teach this guy is cut with that fastball.
Buster Posey, never impressed with velocity, is going to come up with another base hit.
I mean, that was 97. He just flipped out to right center.
Remember when Gerardo Parra was dealt to the Brewers? This is the guy they got back, Banda.
I do remember that. And I can see why the D-backs wanted him.
Absolutely.
Not that many 99-mile-an-hour throwing lefties around.
Crawford is 0 for 1, a couple of walks. Outside corner for a strike. Sandoval, switch hitter, is on deck. Here's the 1-1 to Crawford. Way outside, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Gear up, look for number 1.
And let her rip.
Lock and load.
He does. And that is a 6-4-3 double play. And that'll end the inning. Giants still hanging on. Chase Field. The Giants with a 6-2 lead. When it's time for a change, the Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts.
Josh Osich, the new pitcher now for the Giants, coming off really one of his really great outings of the year in Los Angeles, where he had 4 strikeouts in an inning and 2/3. He's been throwing the ball well. 52nd time he's come out. He's a 4-pitch guy with a mid to high 90s fastball.
And he's facing Hazel Baker. And it's low. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, we know a couple of those guys. Mike Paul in the front with the plaid shirt on, and right behind him, remember Renee Latchman, all those years, is one of Tony La Russa's coaches with the Oakland A's. Line drive off of Osich. He's going to find it. He's going to flip it, and it's not in time. A base hit for Hazel Baker. But you see scouts now that are scouting the D-backs, because I think Mike Paul, if I remember right, has been with the Rockies for quite a while, and it very well may be their opponent for the one wild card game.
And you don't see any young scouts this time of year going into the playoffs. Giants going to come out, take a look at Josh Osich as to where the ball hit him.
Hit him in the glove.
May have caught a piece of his left arm, and yeah, he's coming out.
I think he was coming out anyway. So we're going to get a new pitcher. It's 6-2 as Osich departs. For the Giants, Derek Law comes in. Take a look at Derek Law.
40th time he's come into a big league game this year. 4-1 on the year with 4 saves. Law with 35 strikeouts in 36 innings. High 3/4 release with 4 pitches.
Now catcher, John Ryan Murphy.
So the pitcher or the hitter will be John Ryan Murphy. Hazel Baker is at first. So the bullpen is going to be asked to get the last 9 outs. There's a strike to even the count. Cueto went 6.
Yeah, after kind of a slow start, Johnny Cueto picked it up. Of course, it helps when you're down 2 runs in the ball game. Your team scores 5 for you in the 4th inning. That definitely can tune your stuff up a little bit. But he gave him 6 solid, 8 strikeouts. Quality start.
Hit on the ground to Sandoval. Around the horn one more time. Yes, indeed.
Well, you got to love this turn by Joe Panik, and you just come to just expect him to be able to turn no matter what type of feed or what. This is a perfect feed from Pablo Sandoval, but just it doesn't stay in the glove of Panik very long. And that's the beauty, and he can do it with a solid arm. I mean, he's got a shortstop arm.
Yes, he does. He's drafted as a shortstop, and if you can have a strong arm and play that position, boy, does it ever help you. Me, I did not have that strong of an arm, so I couldn't turn the double play like he does. I'd have to come across the bag and get some momentum into the throw. I mean, that's just an arm throw from Panik.
Well, that ball didn't stay in your glove very long either,
No, I
partner.
mean, you really can. I mean, if it stays in your glove a long time, then you'll either get hurt during the pivot or they'll put you in another position. Vargas pops it up. Should be Posey. And that'll end the inning. 8th inning coming up. Giants lead 6-2. Hey, 5:30 pregame live. First pitch 6:30 on NBC Sports Bay Area. Check out Alex Pavlovich on NBCSportsBayArea.com. And you can also stream the Giants games live on NBC Sports app. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your trusted oil change, tune-up, and brake experts.
So the hard throwing Jake Barrett coming in for Arizona, 27th time that he's come in. Started out the year in the minor leagues and has really done well since coming to the big leagues. As I mentioned, a hard thrower, you'll see mid to high 90s with the fastball. He will 2 and 4 seam. He's got a slider, changeup.
Facing the Panda, who's 0 for 3. Down low, 1 ball and no strikes. Parker to follow, and then Hundley, 8th inning. Hunter Strickland is in the Giants bullpen. Outside, 2-0. A challenge and a swing and a miss. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Barrett definitely likes his fastball. He will come at you.
And that pitch is outside. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. So if you go by what Barrett threw 2-0, then that's the same pitch you should see here, 3-1.
Well, he's not going to look for anything else but fastball.
And the walk. So here's Parker.
Left fielder, Jared Parker.
Parker's had a good night. He was wearing out Zach Godley, the starter for the D-backs. Had a couple doubles off him.
And we're going to get a pinch runner. It's going to be Tomlinson for Sandoval. So Specs is over at first. Parker gets jammed and fouls it down the left field line and out of play. Hundley on deck. And the pitch up the middle and a base hit. And Tomlinson is going to now move over to third on the error by Fuentes.
That's a tough error.
He might have peeked a little bit to see what Tomlinson was going to do.
That would be the 3rd error of the night for the D-backs.
Catcher, Nick Huntley.
So here's Hundley with giant base runners at the corners. Oh, by the way, Parker's got 3 hits.
Yeah. Salary drive.
Salary drive indeed. Hundley 1 for 2. Hundley hit a very high and deep home run.
Now Zach Godley tried to go inside, didn't quite get it inside enough. And Nick Hundley, for the 9th time this year, got a free trip around the bags. Yeah, you get this deep in the year, you're sitting on 9 home runs, boy. It's all the difference in the world if you can hit a 10th home run.
19 or 20, 29 or 30, or in some people's case, 49 or 50.
Yeah, congratulations to Aaron Judge today. Set a new rookie record for home runs. He hit his 49th and 50th for the Yankees. It's a pretty amazing year, huh, for a rook?
Yep. Well, plus if you do it in that town. Not that it would go unnoticed in Minnesota or Milwaukee.
It's a bit of a gift at 96.
Three and one, and Mac Williamson is on deck.
And Judge passed Mark McGwire.
Yes, he did.
That held that record for a long time.
Swing and a miss by Hundley, 3-2. Brewers can pick up a half a game tonight if the Rockies lose. The Brewers are idle. Cardinals have already lost 10-2. And Miami is leading the Rockies 5-4. That game is in the ninth. So here's a 3-2 pitch with nobody out. Out of play.
Rockies offense, which has been so good all year long, has really been sputtering. And they are limping towards the finish line right now.
Yeah, we've got that game on it. MLB.com, and it looks like it's freezing there. You had mentioned that the temperature was quite low.
I think it started around 50 degrees.
Wow. 3-2.
Down Denver 46.
Parker goes, base hit, center field. Tomlinson's going to score. Parker will move to third. And Hundley's got another hit and another RBI. And it's 7-2.
Have a night, Nick Hundley. So 2 knocks, a walk. One of those knocks, a 3-run homer. And I think when you get an RBI with 2 strikes on you, it even feels better. Turns around 97.
Derek Law, number 51, Mac Williamson.
So right now, Jake Barrett not fooling the Giants.
Yeah. Plus Big Mac Williamson's coming off a game where he had 3 hits. And off of Clayton Kershaw, one of those was a home run. So here he'll step in against Jake Barrett.
Hey, you're a young hitter. You get 3 hits, including a home run off Clayton Kershaw. You got to be pumped up about life.
It's a good plane ride for Mac Williamson. This is the home run we're talking about.
Well, he hit it and he knew it. That was a big potato heading out towards a little bit right of straightaway center. He's big and he's strong. I mean, he's 6'4", 235, and there is not an ounce of fat on the guy.
Swing, you gonna miss? When it's Mac Williamson taking a long look down to Phil Nevin. Nothing's on. With Mac Williamson, you're not going to put anything on. You're going to just ask him to try to hit the ball out of the park.
And look fastball and try and meet.
In tight, 2 balls and a strike.
If you're 6'4", I mean, you're just naturally going to get pitched inside by guys at this level. And you have to prove to the league that you can hit that pitch to stay here. Always a challenge for tall hitters.
They're going to come in again, and it's 3-1. Last year, even Diamondback people remember this one. It hit the bottom of the scoreboard.
Hit the bottom of the scoreboard. This will give you a better look at it. It was one of those swings of the bat that everybody started talking about.
It's a broken bat foul. It's 3-2.
Barrett's standing on the hands. I mean, you know, if you've got power, you hit a home run, and you're on the road, and everybody's buzzing in the stadium. You know you've hit something that is quite rare, and that's exactly what he did.
So, new bat for Mac Williamson.
That's the best part about the big leagues. You break a bat, not a problem. Another good one right there in the bat rack. When you're in the minor leagues, especially the lower minor leagues.
Yeah, sometimes you got to go in the other dugout. Got him.
Big leagues is the land of the good wood.
Right fielder, Hunter Pence.
So Williamson strikes out. Here's Hunter Pence. An RBI opportunity. Look out, Joe Panic. My goodness. I mean, if you're not paying attention, you can get right in the face.
Well, you're in that on deck circle. I mean, you're right in line. You're right.
I mean, in all honesty, the on deck circle is too close.
Not that there's any hitter complaining about it, but there you get a look at it. It's dangerous.
1 ball and 1 strike. Should be much closer to the short fence. Look out.
Second time tonight that Hunter Pence has been floored by an inside fastball. And this one had some hair on it.
Should be a spirited swing here by Hunter Pence. Knocked down. And a bad throw. Parker scores. Hundley to third. Pence to second. And the wheels have fallen off.
And it looks like a hangover game. So just kind of a poke. Barrett tried to backhand it. Then he does a Schwingy type of throw up to the catcher that Murphy had none chance with. That's the 4th error that the D-backs have made tonight.
And that is sending people to the exits. So Panic is going to hit with runners at second and third.
At the plate, second baseman, Joe Panic.
Joe Panic's looking for his first hit. He's hit 4 balls on the ground. If you're Barrett and you take a peek down to the bullpen, don't bother.
Nobody there. This is his inning.
So Barrett in the 1-0 pitch to Panic. Same spot, 2-0.
Well, there's Waldo.
We found him. Two and 0. Where's Waldo books are like the best sellers in our house.
Oh yeah, they were big. We'd kill some serious time doing the Where's Waldo book. I mean, it was fun for me.
I know. Who can find him first. Down the right field line. And is that a catch? Hazelbaker caught it. And Pence is out, and we still don't know what's going on. Did anybody make a call?
Well, the run is going to score, and I think it's going to be a sac fly, but Hunter Pence got completely left out in the cold. He saw Panic coming to second, and he left the bag thinking the ball was not caught. And I don't think he ever saw a brilliant play from Hazelbaker. That's a play of the night.
So it ends up being a sacrifice fly and a double play.
MLB TV for details. A couple of true hearts there.
It's a 9-2 lead. And Corey Guerin is the new pitcher.
Take a look at the year that Corey Guerin has had. It's been a good one. 65th game that he has been in. A big workload for Guerin. A 2.08 ERA and 65 innings of work. And look at the hits allowed. 50 and 65 innings. I mean, he'll tell you he wants to improve upon the walk total next year. But all in all, a solid season for the Giants right-hander.
And Tomlinson is now at third. So here's Blanco. D-backs, at least in their scoreboard room, are trying really hard not to give the Giants the extra run.
Well, they've left it at 8-2 on the scoreboard, the main diamond, but yeah, I think everybody a little groggy after last night's celebration.
Guerin to Blanco.
So now they've given the run. They gave it to the Diamondbacks up there. Now they've just taken it off.
Yeah, you know what? There you go. Now they just flash it up there. It's not a big deal. Yeah, it is. There's a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball and 1 strike. Buster Posey is going to take a hit away from his old teammate.
Nice play. Not an easy one. Let's take a look at the way the inning ended for the Giants. A brilliant play from Jeremy Hazelbaker. So that's a sac fly as Nick Hundley tagged up from third. Hunter Pence at second base did not know if the ball was caught. I don't think he got a confirmation from an umpire. Meanwhile, Joe Panik was not sure it was caught either. So he kept running towards second base. You can see Nick Hundley yelling to Hunter Pence to go back. Hunter Pence opted to go off the bag thinking he had to, with Panik bearing down on him and don't want to be in a double play. But the run counted.
It counted. A 3-run 8th inning with the help of a couple of errors by the D-backs. It's 9-2. And the pitch to Negron is low, a 1-1 strike. 22,813. They were all here at one point. And many of these people came out expecting to see Goldschmidt, Lamb, Pollock. On the ground to Tomlinson. And they did not get to see them.
But they understood. D-backs clinched last night. They had a little celebration, and Torey Lovello, the skipper for the D-backs, said, my regulars are going to get a day off. Tomorrow, it's business as usual. We go back to the grind to get ready for the playoffs.
So Marte is going to hit. Ketel Marte. And Guerin to Marte, and a bouncing ball to second. Panik down to a knee. Side retired. Nice inning for Corey Guerin, and we will go to the ninth. 9-2 Giants. Giants baseball for Esurance Giants post-game live. You're going to get highlights, reaction, analysis. It's all coming up for a full hour after the game. Giants with a 9-2 lead. TJ McFarland's going to be the new pitcher.
Take a look at the numbers for McFarland. He's done a lot of things for the Rockies, or for the Diamondbacks this year, including a start. 42nd time he's come into a ball game. For McFarland, you'll see a low 90s fastball, slider, and a changeup. He's a ground ball guy. And for a lefty to say that he's a ground ball guy, that's a true commodity because he can come into an existing inning, get you a ground ball.
So facing Denard Span here in the 9th, and a strike at the knees. Buster Posey on deck. And then Brandon Crawford. Span bounces this one up the middle. It's Vargas who makes the play. Yeah, in their celebration last night after they clinched, many of them had headed to the pool. Kept looking at these video highlights of we kept looking for Bob Brenly to jump into the pool, and nope, no Brenly. As Buster Posey takes a strike.
Well, I mean, that's what you work for all year. It's a long season. Figure the team gets into spring training February, and September you get a chance to go to the playoff, and all of a sudden, hey, it's absolutely sure you're going. It's a time to celebrate. It's a great night.
Buster's got a couple of hits. Got that average up to 315. Out of play, and it's 1-2.
And the Diamondbacks, it's been a while since they've gone. 2011. And the longer it takes between appearances in the playoff, I think the celebration can be a little louder. They have won a world championship here in Arizona, 2001. Bob Brenly was the manager of that Diamondbacks team, led by Hall of Famer Randy Johnson and Curt Schilling. What a wonderful 1-2 punch they were.
To the back foot. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's Bob Brenly, one of our favorites. He was our favorite when we were all teammates. Said many times, Tom Haller had a way of developing broadcasters.
He was our general manager, brought us all together.
As he takes inside, it's 3-2.
A little education from Corey Bush and an opportunity.
Albert Suarez is in the Giants bullpen. Posey bounces this off his foot. He'll do a little dance.
I mean, for catchers, even the nights when you don't catch, you can't seem to avoid a ding.
Get dinged.
The receiver got him.
Ouch.
I think he did catch a bit of the guard. We'll get a better view here. Problem is, he hit that ball pretty well.
Yes, he did, right below that bone, or maybe right on that ankle bone. 3-2. Posey hits a high drive into left center field, but it looks like it's playable. And it is for out number 2. And that'll bring up Crawford.
Shortstop, Brandon Crawford.
Crawford is 0 for 2. Walked his, actually, that's not right. He's 1 for 3. Had a single in his first at bat. And he takes low. Pitch right on the inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Definitely not a pitcher you're going to look for 1-0. A big curveball kind of buckled him. He, like McFarland, kind of started that thing right out of his right arm. Albert Suarez getting ready to pitch the 9th inning.
Hit on the ground right at the first baseman Walker, and that's going to end the inning. So we will go to the bottom of the ninth. It's 9-2 Giants. Hits for the D-backs. Albert Suarez is the new pitcher. He'll try to get the last 3 outs.
17th game that Suarez has been in. 33 strikeouts in 29 innings. 4-pitch guy, low to mid-90s velocity on the fastball.
Here's Fedorovich. Tim Fedorovich will do the honors behind the dish. Hundley out.
Hundley a good night tonight. Couple knocks, 4 RBIs. Oh yeah. And everybody wants to be close to a guy that's had a good night. It rubs off on you. At least that's what they say.
Walker takes a strike. The Marlins beat the Rockies tonight, 5-4. So the Brewers, without even lifting a finger, pick up a half a game in that wild card race, and now they are only a game and a half back.
Well, it should be interesting the rest of this week.
That's a pitch down low.
You know, as it should be.
Could and probably will come down to Sunday. Remember, every game on Sunday is going to start at the same time.
12 o'clock Pacific time. And there's a reason for it.
2-2 pitch. Way outside, 3-2.
With pitching being such a commodity, I mean, if a team is trying to get into the playoffs and all of a sudden they're depending on a team on the East Coast losing, if that team on the East Coast plays earlier and they lose, well then guess what? They save their pitching for the playoffs.
Yep. And the walk.
Not the way that Albert Suarez wanted to start this inning off with a 7-run lead walk and the leadoff hitter.
Here's Fuentes. Fuentes singled in his last at bat. He's 1 for 3. Here a big swing and a miss. Adam Rosales is on deck. And the pitch is high to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. And tight. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Suarez trying to get some rhythm going. Been a while since he's been out there, and then you can get a little rusty, and when you get rust on you, your control can suffer.
Like it is right now, it's 3-1.
Fedorovic's target's going to be right down the middle.
And a base hit.
And the one thing Suarez does not want to do is have anybody else get up in the bullpen. So Fedorovich is going to come out there, and this is when an old catcher is going to challenge a young pitcher. Dave Righetti, the look of concern. He doesn't want to get another guy up. And reluctantly, Hunter Strickland starting to play a little catch.
Live ballpark, strange things can happen. You got to shut it down as fast as you can. So here's Rosales. And Rosales helping Suarez out by swinging at a pitch in the dirt, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Hazelbaker is on deck. Big chopper. Crawford got him. And Crawford went with the tag. It's about the only thing he could do. Toilavello said, we're going to take a peek at it to see if you got that call right. Fuentes doesn't think so. And they don't lose anything by taking a look at this. And he may have been safe.
That's close. Yeah, they're going to look at it. This replay review is presented by Xfinity. You get that close from a shortstop's perspective. You get that close to your second baseman. You don't want to handcuff him with a flip. So Crawford winds up. Well, if you see it from the right field camera, it looks like they got him. We're watching replays on the big board now. It's just a question of whether or not there's enough there. Toilavello has nothing to lose here. Down 7 runs. See, I think they got him from that view, but it's not definitive. You assume that he's making contact. I haven't seen enough that is going to overturn it.
So they called him out. Rosales reaches on the fielder's choice. Yeah, look, just wasn't enough there, right?
Well, yeah, and even if it was a tie, it's not going to get overruled. And it was close to a tie.
Here's Hazelbaker. Got a couple of hits.
I mean, that's the other thing too about the playoff. You get to the playoffs and there's like 12 more cameras on every play. Literally, maybe more. And really, as it should be, considering the weight of each game, what it means.
One and 0 to Hazelbaker. 2-0 to Hazelbaker.
Tonight there's 6 cameras that the Giants production team have access to. If it's a playoff game, depending on the round, it's around 20 cameras.
2-2.
I had to check with our producer Jeff Kuiper to confirm that.
Yeah, the point is you didn't make that up.
No.
Two pitch. Here it is. And it's not close.
Well, it's an easy take when you're trying to get out of the way of it. So Suarez still just sort of struggling to find a control of the strike zone. If he walks Hazelbaker, you might see Strickland come into this game.
I think you're right.
Strickland is ready to go.
Got him.
So in the end, he goes on the inside corner with a 2-seam movement, and Hazelbaker frozen. Bang, right there. At a speed you can control.
So 2 outs. Here's Murphy. Murphy takes a call strike. Murphy is 0 for 3. And the pitch on the ground to third. Tomlinson's got it. His throw to second. And that will end the inning. So the Giants win game 1 of this 3-game series. And they do it behind Johnny Cueto. And look, we'll be the first to admit that D-backs did not play their regulars, but the Giants will take the win because it's Bruce Bochy's 900th career win as a Giants manager.
Well, congratulations, Bruce Bochy. And for the Giants, they're trying not to lose 100 games in this. This is a big win for them. So, Johnny Cueto, enjoy the victory, and Giants, enjoy the 9-run output.
Yes, we will. At least you and I will celebrate tonight. Final score: Giants 9, D-backs 2. Stay tuned. Esurance Giants postgame live starts right now.